Hi everybody, this is Consuelo from Viola's Daughter podcast, and I believe it's number 5, and it's July 23rd. No, June 23rd. Yeesh. Okay, it's June 23rd, and I decided to make another episode in The Perils of Crochet by Consuelo. uh, I thought today would be fun to be outside. The weather is nice. I can actually breathe in this, and it's not too sunny right now on the deck of the sunny central of New Jersey. So I thought maybe everyone would enjoy seeing some of my FOs. They're really like were done earlier last year during COVID, but I don't think anybody's ever seen them unless you went on my Instagram and saw those little tiny, teeny pictures on Instagram. And so I thought I'd bring some of them out. I might have to do two sessions because I don't know how long it takes to show a blanket or anything. Most of them are blankets. So welcome everybody. Welcome to my existing viewers who've deemed to come back again, and welcome all the new viewers who first time viewing my handiworks. And let me tell you a little bit about them. Like I said, I started crocheting mostly 2019, like the end of 2019, and then we had the pandemic, and so then of course I was locked into the house, luckily with lots of yarn, and they were still delivering, so I was able to continue making blankets, which I like doing. I made them out of granny squares, so this way I could stop and go, and if I didn't like it or I did like it, I can continue, or I could just dismantle a few squares. I could always make it a pillow if I really didn't like it. So let me show you a couple of them, and like I said, I'll probably do this in 2 sessions of FOs. I think I showed you most of my whips, or at least the ones that showed up. I did that in like 2 different viewings, so I'll try and show you some of my FOs. And originally when I started doing, excuse the noise, I hope it doesn't make too much noise, but everything I make gets encased in plastic. For fumes, and we don't have any pets except birds, but they're on another level. They're not where I crochet. I crochet down on the first floor, my birds are up on the second floor. So I have a funny story to tell you this. You know how we all complain about black? How, your eyes fall out of your head trying to work on it, or you can't see the stitch, and you have to have all this extra lighting. Well, lucky for me, one of the first blankets that I made, I didn't know. So I went gung-ho with it, and I actually made a mostly black. It's not actually an Afghan. It's a little too big to be Afghan. It's actually maybe like a topper on the bed. It'll cover the whole bed. I have a queen size bed. It'll cover the whole top of it. Just doesn't drape over. And I got the pattern from Vanna White, some old book I found in a thrift store, and it was all her patterns. Oh, and look, I found the string that I didn't work in the end. Okay, well, I'll get to it. So let me show you. I'm going to try and stand up if my plants don't attack me, and I think you'll see it better. And it's actually, this is part of it. It's all black and white. So it goes on, all different granny squares. And like I said, this is one of my first. So I didn't block it, which it really needs blocking, but who's gonna block? So they're all different patterns, and this is in half again. So I can't even hold it up in the camera, but I got most of them in there. You can see they're all different patterns, and I did them random, somewhat random, trying not to duplicate anything. And it's at a 4-weight acrylic, just black and white, the only color. We're here on the East Coast, that's the only color we like. Don't mind my plant. This is, we name our plants. This is Louis. Louis likes to, no matter where I put him, he always ends up touching me. So just ignore him. So this is one of them. It's all black and white, and it was all her patterns. They're not really complicated. Simple black and white. And let me sit down again, and I'm gonna do some rattling. Excuse the plastic, but I'm really big at not letting my stuff stay hanging out and picking up, cooking odors or dust or hair. Like I said, we don't have any animals, so it would be my hair, which would be a funny shade of gray. And okay, now the next one, I'm going to go the opposite way because I got another dark colored one, but I'll show you a light one. And this one is actually not a full, it's actually a baby blanket, I guess. It's all hearts. I didn't know how to make hearts, so I did them on my own. I looked at people's pictures of hearts, and finally I found a tutorial, but I already made the blanket, so it was too late. And so it's about, I guess you would say this is about 6 feet by 4, maybe by 4. And I did the border in simple double crochet, about 2 rows. And I did the edge. I found this on YouTube. I forgot the lady's name who showed this. They're little, let me put it close and see if I could do it. They're little tiny hearts hanging together. And they're on YouTube. They kind of stick out. And again, I didn't block it, so I have no intentions of blocking it. It'll get blocked when I wash it one day. I made, like I said, I made these last year, but they all stayed in the, I guess this is how I should hold it. I'm outside here, so I don't want to drag it on the floor or the ground. So they're little hearts, and they're poofy little hearts. And they really look nice if I should block it, but that might come. I don't know, maybe before, if I give it to somebody, or if it becomes a gift, then I'll probably block it. And like I said, it's about 4 feet by 6. And it didn't take me long. Well, I was crocheting night and day, and nobody dared interrupt me. I had, like I said, I had all different colors. Some red, some blue. I had somewhat of a color scheme. Ooh, white looks awful on the camera, doesn't it? And I came up with my own pattern to square it off because I couldn't figure out how to square them off. But it worked. I got them. I got a pattern that everybody has, so it looks somewhat consistent. And like I said, it's not for anybody. Excuse the, and I got one more I'll show you. So I actually got like 2 more, 3 more on the floor here, and there'll just be too many. Oh, the wasp passed by. So now this is the last one I'm going to show you in this podcast, because I'm already running in about 30 minutes. Unbelievable. So this is going to be the last one. And this one is from the Secret Yarnery, our friend Krista. And this one is really big. I'd say it's a queen size. It'll cover queen size. And they're in Hobby yarn. Hobby or Hobby. H-O-B, I think it's I-I. I know it's a double I. So they're all different colors, and all these color ones are from Hobby. I never worked with Hobby before, and they're all 4 weight. And like I said, this is a really big piece. This one's about the size of, about a full size Afghan, full size, a bed size, full size, and they're primary colors. And the black, it's not black, it's charcoal gray. Hold in my lap. I'm tired of standing already. And I just did a regular, mesh stitch around the edge. And because I was too lazy to figure out a pattern, I just went straight across, making sure I didn't duplicate, where they fell. So it looks like, what do they call it? Twisters. Somebody said it looks like a twister game. And this is not black, this is charcoal gray. Listen, it's very soft, it's nice. And then I don't sew my granny squares, never. I don't want to sew, so I just crocheted it. Let's see how good I do this. Okay, they crocheted it, single crochet, joined them in a strip, and then went across, I guess, and joined them again. Oh, this is what I did. I forgot, I haven't seen this in a year. See, I used the thicker ones to give it width. I thought I needed more width, so I gave these like 2 rows of double crochet in between. Each one had double crochet. And then the top one only had 1 row of single crochet that joined it across. So this was single, this was double. This is the border, and the border is over 3 inches. I told you I like to put big borders on my blankets. I think they make them look finished. They don't curl, they lay flat. And if you have any wonky areas, then you can correct it. It's usually only a few stitches. So like if you see you have it going in too far, instead of a single crochet, I put a double crochet or half double. And that brings it up and gets rid of that divot. You know how you get a divot between them? So I'll cheat and I'll put like a half double crochet so they go evenly across. See how even it looks like I did it evenly, but I actually didn't. I filled it in. But you'll never know if I don't tell you. So that's how I did that, joining. And even on the wrong side, I love the way the single crochet looks on the wrong side. I don't know about you, but when I put it on the bed, I usually put it on the wrong side first. Then I gotta flip it. But you see how nice it looks on the wrong side? It looks like it was stitched. So I guess if you wanted to, you probably could do that. You know, you could crochet on the wrong side and then have that stitch look on the front side if you wanted to. That's an idea, make a different design. So I really like the Hobbii yarn. I just didn't order it again because the shipping was a little bit high for me. I mean, I get mostly free shipping when I order online here. You know, even if it's Amazon, I would get free shipping. Michael's, Joann's. And it's just a matter of day. I waited like over almost 2 weeks for this yarn. And I paid shipping too. But remember, it was COVID time, so that could have been a factor too. And then, I don't know about you, but when I order my stuff, I want it the same day or the next day. You know, like when you go shopping. But of course, you know, you gotta wait for it to be delivered and all that. So you know you have at least 2 to 3 days. Unless you pay for that extra next day delivery. I would never do that. Unless I had a gift that I had to give somebody. And I'm not gonna make it time-wise. I maybe would think about doing that. But I'd rather drive to the store then. So I'm only gonna show you 3 of them. I don't wanna make this, so this one, I don't want to make this video too long. I mean, who has 40 minutes to sit there and look at somebody else's work? I believe I used like a I. I like to use the I hook when I do these because I don't like things so holy when you're having a blanket. Because when I flip over, if I'm using and I flip over, I don't want to get caught up, you know, your toe getting caught up in the holes and stuff. So I usually don't use larger than the I, unless it's that bulky stuff. What's that, Bernat blanket or something like that, that big fuzzy one? Then I would go to a P or N, whatever, depending on how thick it is. But if it's 4 weight, I'll use an I. I know a lot of people do J's, but I crochet really loosely. So for me to use a J, it would be pretty lacy. And then it's uncomfortable because I get stuck in the holes. So that's why these squares were done with an eye. And there's not very much, you can see through it if you held it up to the light, but you see nothing gets stuck in it because if I have a blanket, I'm wrapping all up in it. I'm going to be wrapped up. I got to have everything covered. Toes, knees, nothing can be out. So I don't want holes. And I got a couple of more blankets here, which I'm going to save for another podcast. Maybe I'll do it right after this one. That's an idea. Get 2 of them done. Because I had these all upstairs in the box, and now I have to go bring them all back up again. And I didn't realize how much space they took up because they were. Well, I have like another 5 minutes before 20 minutes. Can I squeeze one more in? I don't think. Well, I'm recording it, so there is no questions. And if you do have questions, you have to put it in the comments. So, one more. Excuse me. This one, I believe, is also in one of those old bookstore books, and it's that log cabin. I wanted to go crazy after doing the black and the gray and the white. I decided to go a little bonkers, and I chose really crazy colors. My kids were passing by. Half of the time I had this like stretched out on the table and then stacks, and my kids were looking. Again, I found another end I didn't put in. This one I remember blocking, so I don't know why I didn't see it. I guess I was tired of it. I also did the same thing of, it's big. It's a big one. I did the same thing. I crocheted my squares together. I always, I used a lot of different colors, so it looks really complicated, but it's not. And then I make a strip, the strip, lengthwise. I think this is 6 by 5, so I did a strip of 6, and then I joined. Interesting facts, right? Who knows? I don't know. Somebody might want to know. So this is also a crazy color. I think I did this mostly was Red Heart. Red Heart, or what's the other brand that really scared? Not Burnout. Maybe even Craft Smart. It might be It might be a combination of Craft Smart, Red Heart, whatever else I could get my hands on. Oh, the pounders. That's what it was. The 1-pounders, the Karen 1-pounders. So it's the log. I'm trying to show it in the camera, but it's kind of big and I'm kind of short. So let's see, what kind of border did I put on this? I haven't seen this for almost a year. Okay, so this is the border. Get a nice show it here. It's kind of hard to get it in camera. So you see how many rows I did of just the border? I did orange, yellow, two rows of blue. Then I single crocheted 1 row of blue. Then I did a single crochet of orange. Then a single crochet of gray. And it said log cabin, so I was getting kind of country, crafty. So that's what I was shooting for. And I think that's enough of my blankets. I still have a couple more that I have upstairs. I have a little shelf up there, like what they used to call them etages. It's shelves. And I put them in plastic bags, and then I stack them up there, and they're out of my way. And I don't have to worry about anything getting on them or dirtying them or, getting them soiled. I see I got a couple of ends to work in. I guess I was so tired when I was blocking it. This one I did block because with all the different kinds of yarn that I used, they're all acrylic. They're all 100% acrylic. Different brands though. And because they're very geometric, I did have to block my squares. And then I did block the blanket as much as I could. It was light blocking. I just wet it with the hot water and stretched it. Came back the next day, did that again, and took the little, the ripples and the waves that were in the border at the ends here. I wet it again. I think it took me like 3 times before I actually was satisfied or gave up, whatever. The blanket one I lost. I was done. So that was it. And I know the colors are not, this is not my kind of colors. So I had to challenge myself to work in different colors. And I did enjoy it though. My kids were screaming, "Oh my God, why are you gonna put orange?" I said, because I can, yeah? Okay, I can put orange if I want to put orange. It's mine. And it's my blanket. So then somehow nobody claimed it like they usually do. Like the black and white one, I have a couple of claims on it now, which I'm not giving it up. Uh, but this colorful one, nah, nobody wants it. So it was mine anyway. That's why I did it that way. So I think I showed you what, 4? And I'm looking at them so I don't repeat. Make another video showing them. And I actually have one more, but it's a gift for somebody. And it's a really elaborate. I actually have photos of these on Instagram and maybe even Facebook. Photos of each one that I just showed you. But I don't know how to insert pictures at this point. Nor do I feel like inserting pictures. But if you have any questions or comments, appreciate it. Even if it's negative, that's fine. It's only words. And I'll answer them as best as I can. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing some of my work. And I have tons. I have tons and tons of finished pieces. And I didn't bring them all out here to subject you to all of them. But eventually you'll get to see most of them. And I guess I'll have to steal Granny D's tagline again. Stay sweet and don't be ugly. And bye now.